Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest Ball Tutorials. I am KoiTGZ, and in this video we are going to go over the Armored Scorpion Hokora Ruler. So this is going to be the top level Hokora battle for this particular enemy. So one thing that I do want to go over is there is actually a soul that you can actually use for this, and you can actually get that in the event portal by going to the soul combining part right over here. So in order to get this, you need to actually have S-grade souls of the Skydle and also of the Dabato enemies. So going over here, you can actually choose S-grades, purple and blue, and then for attributes, Io, Dane, and then in terms of resistances, you want to put Korobi and then also Mahi. So going like this, so you can see these two right here. So all you would need to do is combine them to make this particular soul here. And hopefully I can get an S-grade soul. Here I got an A. So I'll try it again. I got another A. Okay, that's no problem though. But here, I want to actually go over the S-grade soul for this, and I'll show you why it's actually a pretty good soul for this particular boss. So going back out here, turning everything off. So the new soul right here, this is going to be called Quaddle. So Quaddle is going to be a blue soul. So with blue souls, max HP, your agility and also your dexterity is also going to be pretty high, but in this case we have max HP, strength, your durability, and also agility and dexterity as pretty high, so that's pretty good. So 152 to your max HP, 100 to your strength, 96 to durability, and 86 to both agility and also your dexterity. What makes this soul pretty good is going to be in the ability. So here you're going to get plus 3% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 10% damage to birds, plus 10% damage to bugs or insects. So that's going to be important here since the Armored Scorpion is going to be an insect. And then here you also get plus 5% against for mirror resistance. So definitely if you want to have a pretty good soul, you can actually try to get this. In this case, for the team that I'm going to be using right here, I'm actually not going to be using it because I think I have a pretty good team for this particular Hokora Ruler. So right over here, this is going to be my Demon Swordsman equipped with the Golden Claymore. So this is the weapon for this particular Hokora. So Jibaria damage is definitely going to be a must, and this does actually a lot of damage to all enemies. So definitely, if you don't have this weapon, definitely try to get it. It's going to be really helpful for this Hokora. Then over here, my other Demon Swordsman is going to have on the Blade of Destruction. This can do Jibaria damage to both a single enemy and to all enemies, so it's going to be very versatile, especially when you have an enemy that appears that is going to actually have an electric barrier that can damage your character as well. Then over here, going to have my ninja equipped with the demon hammer, so that does very good actually okay Jibaria damage. It also provides a little bit of healing as well, but hopefully with this character I can get some shadow weave, so that's definitely going to be a must for this particular battle. Then over here I'm going to have my high priest equipped with the angel rod, so this is going to be used for healing and also encores for my first demon swordsman. So if you want to know more about this team, you can look down in the video description down below, but I now want to go over this particular Hokora Ruler. Going over to your notices section, you're actually going to get information about this particular Hokora Ruler. So right over here, so the Armored Scorpion. So pretty much, since this is going to be also an elite enemy, it's going to have two Hokora types, so a level 50 special class and then a regular advanced class level 80 and special class level 35. So all skills are going to be effective against it. So going to be weapon, physical technique, spell, and also breath damage. Then here the recommended attributes are going to be Dane, Jibaria, Io, Hado, and also Dorma. So I will go over those particular attributes a little later and what I would recommend. Then for ineffective attributes is going to actually be nothing, but definitely they're going to be attributes you want to use more than others. Then for this particular Hokora, there are going to be a couple of different status effects that are going to be used. You're going to have poison, sleep, paralysis, and also bind. So definitely you want to use a protective shield in this if you can. So now what I want to do is actually go over the actual abilities of this enemy. So going over here back to our ruler section, right over here. So again, with this, the Armored Scorpion is going to be an insect type enemy, going to have around 130,000 HP, have 3 actions per turn, and weaknesses are going to be Jibaria, Dane, and Io, and then also Hado and Dorma here. But here I'm going to actually recommend Jibaria being the best, and I will go over that when I go over the other enemies. But here its main ability that you want to watch out for is going to be Baishon. So it's going to increase its attack rank by 1, so increasing how much damage it can actually do. After that, it's going to have a Niden Kogeki, which is going to be a 2-hit attack. That's going to do around 480 physical damage twice to random enemies. Though again, if you have Baishion on, that's actually going to do more. It's also going to have a Nemuri Kogeki, a sleep attack, which does around 850 damage to one enemy and has a chance of putting them to sleep. It'll also have a regular attack that does around 560 physical damage to one character. It's going to have a Dokubari, which is a poison needle that does around 480 physical damage to one character with a chance of inflicting deadly poison. Then it's also going to have a Ikioi Osukete Korogaru, which is going to be a momentum roll. So this is going to do around 600 damage to one character, but again, with Baishon, this can actually do a lot more. It's also going to have Pyorimu, which increases the agility of all allies by 1 rank. Going to have a Nakama Yobi, which is calls allies to battle to make a team of 3. So 3 is going to be the max for this Hokora. So if 2 enemies are on either side are both missing, he will call enemies and 2 will actually come out instead of just the normal 1 that you would see from an enemy. Then after that, it's going to have a Daichi no Shukufuku, which is Blessing of the Earth. So after this is used at the start of every turn, the Armored Scorpion recovers a certain amount of HP. This is going to be around 6,000 HP. Then this enemy is actually going to be joined by 2 others. So the first one is going to be called Meda. So Meda is going to be, again, insect type, going to have around 18,000 HP, 1 action per turn, weaknesses Jibaria and Io. So in this case, Dane isn't really recommended here for this particular enemy because it actually does have resistances to Dane. So that's why Jibaria is going to be a very good attribute to use for this Hokora. So for Meta, its abilities are going to be Dengeki, which is electric shock that does around 130 Dane damage to all characters with a chance of causing paralysis. It's also going to have a Nerami Tsukeru, which is a gaze, so that paralyzes one character. After that, it's going to have a Piri Barrier, which is an electric barrier, which reflects back 25% of physical damage and has a chance to cause paralysis. So with the attacks that I do on these particular enemies, just attacking the enemy with any of my attacks will just actually kill my character, since I do take back around 25% of the damage. Then after that, it's going to have a regular attack that does around 400 physical damage to one character. Then after that, we're going to have the caterpillar. So with the caterpillar, this is also an insect type enemy, going to have around 18,000 HP, 1 attack per turn. Again, weaknesses Jibaria EO. So pretty much like the armored scorpion, is going to have a momentum roll, which does around 400 damage to one character. It's going to have a Ito Haku, which is a web spew, which binds one character. It's going to have a Hageshi Hono, which is intense flame, that does around 110 Mera breath damage to all characters. It's going to have a Doku no Iki, which is poison breath, which inflicts poison on all characters. And it's also going to have a regular attack, which also does around 400 physical damage to one character. So things of note for this particular Hokora: you want to use attacks that do damage to all enemies in order to take the enemies out on either side of the armored scorpion. You also want to use protective shield to prevent paralysis and from being poisoned, and then also use souls and soul pearls that give you damage boosts or resistances to insect type enemies. So I'm going to be using the strategy that I actually have been using in the other videos that I've done with using this particular team. So I want to buff up my main Demon Swordsman to pretty much take out all the enemies close to within 2 turns after I've fully buffed. So hopefully I'm able to do that. So with that said, here we go. Okay, so here we go here. So here, okay, so with the ability of the Golden Claymore, the meta is actually now looks like it is actually now charmed, so that's actually good. So here what I'm going to do, actually I'm still going to go ahead and just attack, so meta could actually come back. Let's see. Ooh, but I got a shadow wave. Okay, Missile Meta is back. Regular attack, that's fine. So shadow weaves on both the caterpillar and also the armored scorpion, so that's actually quite good. So what I'm going to do here, here I'm actually going to go ahead, use protective shield, and I'm going to buff up this particular character here. So going to do the same, use Stemmy here. And here I got a share. So with the share, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Skada. So that's going to protect against physical attacks. So there, that was a suspicious gaze, which would have paralyzed me, but since I have a protective shield on, I'm actually protected. So here comes the caterpillar. So, ooh, the caterpillar actually bound my high priest. But here what I'll do is I'm going to do critical hit focus stance. And here what I'll do is I'll go ahead and use Stemmy. There, can't do anything there, so let's see what happens. So there, use Pyorimu. Increases their agility. There goes Baishion. Then there goes the attack there. But pretty much since I do have defenses, up on my characters, that actually did protect me. So there goes another bind, but I'm okay there. So here what I'll do is I'll go ahead and attack with active shock. So that actually is some pretty good damage there. Then here I'm actually going to go use extreme karma. So both enemies are down there. And here what I'll do is going to go ahead use extreme karma again. So let's see how much damage here. So, okay, 67,000 damage. So definitely halfway done, or actually almost dead. So here what I'll do is I'm going to actually go ahead and encore. And hopefully here this will actually finish him off. We'll see what happens. Yep, so done. Okay. So this Hokora is worth 27,090 HP. And here the Armored Scorpion is a yellow soul. Here I got a D. Okay, so that was my battle against the Armored Scorpion with this particular team. So, yeah, like I said, I'd definitely recommend Jibaria. You saw how much damage that I did. So, yeah, what actually really helped out with this particular battle was right in the beginning with my ninja, I was actually able to get some shadow weaves on the enemy, so the caterpillar and also the armored scorpion. So that really helped out with this battle, since the armored scorpion was one, not able to attack, and also was not able to use a blessing of the earth, which would have allowed him to regenerate HP every turn. So that actually really did help out there. Then pretty much also I was doing some pretty good damage with active shock as well. So that actually helped whittle down the enemy, so that helped out. And then also same with my second Demon Swordsman. She really helped out in terms of whittling down the enemy with some very good damage with her Jibaria based attacks there. And then of course with my main Demon Swordsman, I was actually able to pretty much after fully buffed, take them out in with 2 attacks. So that really did help out. I actually was a little bit afraid with this particular battle since my high priest did get bound, but in the end that actually ended up being not a problem at all. So yeah, definitely for the high level level 50 special class Hokora for the armored scorpion, definitely a team like this would work out well. So now what I want to do is actually go over the S grade soul of the armored scorpion. So that can actually be found, let's see, right over, so right here. So this is going to be the armored scorpion soul, a yellow soul. So with yellow souls, the main stats are usually going to be max HP, your strength, and also your durability. So here you can see 146 max HP, 100 in terms of strength, 96 for your durability. Then for the actual abilities that you have for this particular soul, you're going to have plus 3% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 7% to Jibaria weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 7% to Dane weapon and physical technique skill damage, and then plus 5% damage to beast. So that's actually not so bad, even with actually has pretty good Jibaria damage here, and also pretty good strength as well. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this soul in. So yeah, so that was the armored scorpion. So definitely if you have the Golden Claymore, definitely use it. That's going to be the best weapon to use for this Hokora. I'm not sure if I will make another video for this particular Hokora Ruler, since this is pretty much the best team to use. If I do make another video, it would be using an EO based team, but I would actually highly recommend the Jibaria based team definitely for this particular battle. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.